jogging around the CSUB area and found the body of a 19-year-old college student. While examining the body, I found a hair follicle around the cheek area. Apparently the hair came from the murder because its features do not match of those of the victim. There was a piece of gauze on the right shoulder of the victim with a blood stain. There's a possibility that the blood stain did not come from the victim but from the murder instead. There was a silk tie wrapped around the victim's head covering her eyes. Apparently the cause of death was a blow to the head caused by a large object. The time of death was between the hours of 9 and 10 p.m.
Okay, so what is the evidence you found?
In this bag right here, I found a piece of hair that was found on the left cheek of the victim, along with the gauze that was found on the right side of the shoulder. The gauze contains a small amount of blood stain. I did a matchup on both the hair and the blood. It does not come from the victim. It must have come from the murderer, because I suspect, because it does not come from the victim. They do not match. And I found this tie from Jeffrey Bean. It was wrapped around her eyes. And I found some fingerprints on it, but I cannot match the fingerprints. There was one fingerprint on it that did match the victim, but the rest of them didn't match. They did not correspond with her. And I did a follow-up on it, and those are strictly manufactured from Italy. So basically you have to order them from a store in order for you to get one.
Yeah, I always wanted one of these. It was about $500, so I don't think just anybody can just afford a tie like this.
I think what you'd have to do is you have to go to each store that sells expensive ties and see if who bought a tie strictly from Italy to see if you can do a follow-up on that and see what's going on with it.
Did you narrow it down to see how many stores are in this city?
There's 3 of them only. I have the name of them. I can give you a copy of it as soon as the comments are finished.
Okay, let's get started.
Could it be this late?
Hello? How are you doing, sir? As CSI investigators, we're investigating the murder of your daughter. May I come in and ask you some questions?
Sure, why not? Have a seat.
Well, sir, we're trying to get some information about what could have happened last night. I know your daughter died between 9 and 10. Do you know anything that might have happened to her before, prior to that? Who she went out with, or any problems with anybody?
Sure don't. She's an easygoing kid. She has no enemies. Her friends are all cool with her and everything. About 7:30 she went to the movies and she just never came back.
Okay. Was that all she did that night? Did she go maybe to a party or?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
She was feeling kind of sad, so I gave her some money to go to movies. I don't know if what she did before then or after that.
See, you like ties.
Yeah, they're all still pretty. Just got it a couple weeks ago. I was thinking of going out and I thought that would fit my...
Jeffrey Bean, huh?
Yeah.
Well, did you know we found the same kind of brand tie wrapped around your daughter's eyes?
What?
Is there something wrong? Do you know something, sir?
As a matter of fact, I do. I know it was her boyfriend, that little bastard. I don't like him. He's nosy. He's always nosy. As a matter of fact, like around 6:30, he called her and they got into a big argument.
What do you want?
Like what though?
I told you to leave me alone already.
Who is it?
No, just leave me alone.
Who is it?
Don't Leo again with his...
Who's Leo? Your boyfriend?
Yes.
What does he want this time?
You just call me... he's dumb, man. He's always talking about... Oh, you're always talking to other guys and this and that. With this jealousy, like, just...
So what did you tell him?
It's over.
That's why I let her go to the movies. She told me he said she would regret it if she broke up with him. And she broke up with him that day.
Okay, was that it? Is that all? Do you think it was him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him. It has to be him because she has no problems with her friends or nothing. I know it was him, that little bastard. I hate him. Wait till I get my hands on him.
Okay, well, that's it.
Well, you better go investigate.
Go see him.
Better go investigate.
Sorry about your loss, sir.
Okay.
According to the victim's father, You were a very jealous boyfriend, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. So what? What does that have to do?
The thing is, she ended up murdered last night. So we think you had something to do with it.
I mean, we had our problems. We broke up 2 days ago because their family's crazy. They're always involved with drugs. They're always, like, cars are pulling up. They're always shooting at each other. They're always screaming. I'm tired of that. That's why we broke up. I don't know what happened to her last night, but I didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, maybe this was just an excuse to get back at her father by killing her.
Why would I want to do something like that? I was at my friend's house last night. I could prove it. You could have called him.
Where were you last night at 9, between 9 and 10?
I was at my friend Jose's house. We were eating some pizza, watching a movie, and drinking some beers.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Go ahead and call him.
After interrogating Leo, the drug dealing information led us to Carlos, a close friend of the victim's father. All the evidence was collected, convincing us Carlos was a murderer.
Our records show we made some investigation of the stores that sell this tie, and only 3 of them sell this tie. And on their records show that you bought this tie 2 weeks prior to the murder.
It couldn't have been me.
You know it is. We'll cut you a deal. If you give us Antonio, you will only get 50 years instead of the death penalty.
If I talk, only get 50?
If you don't, then you'll get the death penalty. Your choice.
All right, I'll talk. It was me and Antonio that had this deal. We decided to go halfers, 50-50. He decided not to pay my money, so I decided to take his daughter. So I took her for ransom to get my cut, which while she was at the movies, I decided to take her. When I took her, she struggled. I didn't know what to do. I panicked. So I panicked and I hit her in the head. I didn't think it was gonna kill her. And it did. Yes, it did, but I didn't mean to kill her.
Shut up!
I don't know. So when I panicked, I just got out of the car, took it to the nearest bushes and left her. I went.
Carlos, you're under arrest for the murder of Becky Garcia. Put your hands up in the air. What's going on? Turn around. You're under arrest for drug trafficking.
What? This is crazy.
Stay there. Don't move.